Girl, pop culture. Pop culture.
No filters, no limits, just gossip. If it's messy, we got it, right? If it's messy, we got it, right? Come in, everybody. I am screaming from a loud hailer because it seems like there is drama that popped off on TikTok Live, exposing the messy side of the lesbian scene in Limpopo. This is Lesbians and Limpopo. If you are interested in finding out what the tea is in terms of Shandesh, Selfmade Barbie, and the little study, Mimi, it seems like there's a love triangle over there, and let's get straight into it. Hey, pop culture fam. I hope you're good. Let me just put this phone away because I was trying to not butcher people's names. I follow Selfmade Barbie, okay? And I've followed her. I think I saw her car and then I was like, wow, this girl is living. And at first I thought it was somebody who's from the States. So this is South African gossip. So all those who are part of the community who are South African or African and know of any of these people, and if you're American, get on in. If you guys thought all the drama that's happening in the States in the LGBTQIA fam is saucy, you have another thing coming for you. So let's gather over here, okay? So here's the tea. Let me just give you a gist about who's who. Selfmade Barbie, as her name already says, is an entrepreneur. She's a serial entrepreneur. She's a girl boss. She is doing big things, okay? She owns a couple of businesses. I'm not going to talk about her businesses because this has nothing to do with that. In a way, it kind of does. And then we have Mimi, who is, I guess, a social media influencer of sorts and a little cute study. She's a bit like she's soft, okay? And then we have Shandesh, who's a musician who does Linkompo. Linkompo is like music from Polokwane Limpopo side. It's very upbeat, up-tempo. I'll probably insert something here. Okay, so here's the tea. Shandesh and Mimi have been going out and they've been a couple, but you know, their coupledom became very popular because, you know, representation is a big thing in South Africa and just generally in the world, representation is huge. So when people see couples that they wish that they were in proximity with, or maybe couples that they idolize, they tend to follow them on social media. We all do this, be it straight couples or queer couples, interracial couples, depending on what you're into, right? So this is a woman-loving woman couple, and Mimi is an influencer and she also does gigs and she's pushing her hustle. She's trying to get on her grind. And then Shandesh is the musician. So she plugs, allegedly she plugs Mimi on events, takes her worth because, I mean, they're a couple, right? They're the it couple in terms of the Limpopo sphere, right? Okay, cool. So they're together, all is good and well. They get like engaged or something. And then eventually people started noticing that they are not wearing their rings and it becomes a big brouhaha, right? Of course. And then what happens is, sorry guys, this hair is irritating me. This hair is from AliExpress, by the way. So what happens is then it seems as though they sort of get back together for the publicity side of things. And on the side, allegedly, Barbie and Mimi start, you know, philandering, you know, bumping purses. And it's all good and well. Barbie sort of understands that what's happening between Shandesh and Mimi is sort of like a publicity thing now because they've built a brand together. So she says, I understand, but I don't want to be a side chick, allegedly. So then you need to pick sides. What are you going to do? She tells Mimi, and Mimi's like, oh, I'm just in this very toxic relationship with Shandesh, and allegedly Shandesh is bi, which I assume Barbie is also bi because that's some of the hashtags she uses. So I don't know, maybe. Anyway, I digress. So Shandesh is allegedly messing with the D. She's on the side with the and Mimi's getting kicked out sometimes, allegedly not giving her clothes. So there was an event that took place recently, which was the balcony mix, the Limpopo balcony mix. And so Mimi couldn't get her clothes. I don't understand that part, because you could have just easily gone to H&M and gotten clothes. If you are somebody who's making money from influencing, you would have like maybe 1.5 to spare in order to get like clothes, right? Anyway, so during this time, Selfmade Barbie and Mimi are kikiing. So Mimi runs over to Barbie and asks, like, can I crash? My girls locked me out. I don't have my clothes. There's this event, right? And we have to show face, but she's just being like, she's being weird. So Selfmade Barbie is like, well, I'm not like, I don't cook, I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring, type of thing. And she's like, okay, I'll wash your clothes. And she irons them. She says in this video,
the outfit that you were wearing, Kolo Compo, it had to take ma.
That she doesn't cook or clean, allegedly. Well, she doesn't do her own laundry. She's got help, hired help. So hired help generally does laundry for her and whatnot. So on this day, because she was trying to get that ring, she washed and ironed Mimi's clothes, and Mimi then goes to the event or something like that. And in the middle of all of that, actually prior to the event, Mimi gets a call from Shandesh, like on some, I need you, come over. And she leaves. So Bobby is now ticked off, like, what the hell? I just did all of this stuff for you. I'm plugging you with my business, because she has a cooler, those cooler boxes, the mobile cute cooler boxes that are trending, and the bars basically. And after everything, I've plugged you and this and that, but you are now being sly, right? Let me switch my phone. She's like, now you're being sly, and you like, pick a side. Like, I'm nobody's side chick, And Mimi subsequently tells them, if you're going to come to the event, please don't start drama. I actually don't want you there. And the little sister is also involved in this. And she's like, I told her, like, I'm not going to start any beef, so don't worry. I'll be there doing my own thing, minding my business. You don't have to worry about me. She's there having a good time. And she says the whole time, allegedly, Mimi is like, or up there trying to see like if she's going to stir up some drama. And she's like, don't mind me. Don't be a bodyguard. I'm not trying to stir up some drama. I'm just here enjoying my time, minding my business. And in the midst of all of that, now Selfmade Barbie is just hacked. She's just like, you know what? You're playing me because you're going back and forth between the two of us. One day when you were stranded, you asked me to come pick you up in Polokwane, and then when I got you, then in the middle of the night, you want to be a midnight staring and run away and go back to Shandesh. So what in the actual is going on, So then Barbie decides she's going to expose the whole thing, which is, I'm a bit late because this happened like 2 nights ago or 2 days ago. She went on live and then she told her piece. Who's she? Barbie told her piece, and she was just like, I'm not having any of this mess. So I'm going to expose the whole thing. This whole relationship between Mimi and Shandesh is a farce. It's a facade. It is fake. It's not real. It's for the gram, right? So they have some altercation verbally, things happen on this side. And she says, you know what? Bobby says, Mimi is not a bad person. I understand. I've been engaged. I know what it's like to be in a public fallout with your partner and a public breakup. Girl, me too. I know. I've been there, done that. So she's like, I'm not trying to say you're a bad person, but I want to call a spade a spade. I ain't having nothing of that sort. I am not a side chick. So now the cat is out the bag that Mimi and Shandesh were actually allegedly no more. And Selfmade Barbie is just like, yeah, well, I said what I said. And apparently, allegedly, sister and deceased documents were sent. Mimi was trying to get a hold of Barbie so she could retract her statement, but Barbie is not backing down. She's like, no, honey, you made your bed, so now you need to lay in it, type of thing. And in the midst of all of this, I think I saw a live, which I think was like Shandesh's squad, like being shisty and like sort of being shady towards Barbie and being like, oh, she claims that she washed her clothes for her, ha ha ha.
O supply ke Shandesh. Ba re o la nagana ka dikopo tsa gagwe.
Ba re ka 12 a.m.
a re ebile na ka ba ka le kompo balcony ba re o ditlhatsitse a defenera the whole night. Ana le re motho wa ge motho lena ke tla romela
are nna ke na le helper ya nhlatsotsa yang
ainela mara that day
go ba re two piece
o mo ainela o itlhatsitse bia godimo ga fan bosoka moka.
From the video, I'll put it up here. You guys can like listen. I think it's more Shandesh's stance. She's more like the Beyonce. She does not speak up for herself, and she doesn't take things to the gram or to TikTok. So she's on her Beyonce. She's not really commenting on it. Not that I know of anyway. But the person who's commenting and putting the blame on themselves is Mimi, which I salute for her speaking up about the situation and taking accountability.
I'm fully much aware of everything that has been happening, but I think it's a bit unfair for coming at Shandesh and you guys commenting on her things and so on. I'm the person that you guys should be coming for, genuinely, you know what I mean? So it's fine. I don't mind the names, I don't mind anything. I take full accountability. Yes, the evidence is there. Yes, you guys saw what you saw. But it is very much unfair for Shandesh. Some of the things stated on Christine's things, Jaurinelli, this and that, multiple guys, that is so wrong. And when we sent lawyers and said defamation of character, we were talking about that. I don't mind you coming for me, but now you're including somebody else who did nothing to you in the first place. You know what I mean?
On the other hand, I feel like Shandesh, as a public-facing person, especially as a musician, you have a brand to uphold, and I think you should speak up on the situation and what you're being accused of about you and Mimi not being together and you like being cruel in a way towards Mimi, allegedly, okay? So Selfmade Barbie is just like, listen here, honey, you can send your sister and deceased letters, but this is not the first time that I've been involved with lawyers. So send your lawyers. Talk to my lawyers, you know? So I just have like a little thought about this. My thought is just like, first of all, I feel like the way queer people move is just shisty. I mean, everybody is entitled to their choices and their opinions, but I just feel like we've normalized as a community being promiscuous, be it the men, be it the bisexuals, be it the trans, be it the lesbians, be it the non-binaries. We are so used to philandering and throwing our purses and our Ds and our dildos everywhere, honey, and that is not cutting it. We have so many STDs flying around, so many viruses flying around, and I don't think we should actually ever normalize being promiscuous, you know. I'm not saying I'm innocent and I've never done that, but once you get to a particular age, that is so played out. Like, you should know what you want and what you're not willing to bow down to. So why are you staying in situations with people who are moving shisty knowingly and then coming to social media and it's like a whole uproar about it, who's wrong, who's right, and all of that. It's okay to speak your piece and to tell your side of a story, but at the same time, we also have to hold ourselves accountable for being a part of the mess. You get being a part of the mess, knowing. And I think like for Barbie, she should have put her foot down when Mimi was trying to move towards her. First of all, Barbie has way more to lose. Barbie is a self-made businesswoman. She has properties, she has vehicles, she has assets. You know what I mean? And moving with these little studdies or studs in general, because she previously dated someone that I knew. Not like I know her, but we are not like friends. So I know her on a personal level from high school. And it's just like that from the outside, I would say that relationship would have made more sense because the person mentioned previously that I saw videos with is actually mature. And not to say maturity is a determining factor for like the way your brain works, you know, mental maturity versus physical maturity. I'm not saying those things go together all the time, you know, but what I'm saying is I think it was a better fit because both parties have more to lose, right? So that didn't make sense as to why that relationship ended. And no disrespect to Barbie. Barbie dates. She's that type of honey who is not afraid to move from one relationship to another. And I'm not calling her a hoe. She has the right to throw her purse wherever she throws it, and not to say she's throwing her purse. Just because you're dating someone doesn't mean you're actually sleeping with them. But I feel like it's so important when you are an established person to take time off for yourself to reevaluate, like, what is worth my time? And these little studies and their chicks and all the side piece drama is actually not worth it. I have to say, like, it does not make sense to risk your businesses getting with these people who are not established, who have nothing to lose. Because even previously she was with another stud. Her name is Naledi or something. Allegedly they were together, although we've seen the pictures and the videos. This was like in 2024. They were together and things didn't work out because Naledi's then girlfriend subsequently found out through social media that Naledi is engaged to allegedly Barbie, self-made Barbie. So it's just like a mess. The love triangles follow Barbie so much, and I hope that, and this comes from a pure place in my heart, I hope that self-made Barbie takes some time off to reflect on what she's looking for here on in terms of dating and relationships. And that's not to say I myself have things figured out, but I'm just speaking out as a person who's looking at the situation, that the situations she finds herself in outside of that. And I think like it's not worth it, babe. It's really not worth it to be messing around with these little studies and these people who are not mature and who have nothing going for them, and risking everything that you've built for a purse. Do you get what I mean? Or a strap. Spend some time alone, getting to know what you like and what you don't like. And moving from there on, I feel like you will be blessed with a partner that actually respects you, a partner who only wants you and is with you. And I actually hope that for anybody who's out there genuinely looking for love, is for them to find somebody who wants to be with them, who appreciates them, who sees the value they bring to the relationship. If I was a stud and I had to pick between the two, I would honestly pick self-made Barbie in terms of like when you're building with someone financially, she has an upper hand. And I get why some of these young studs are running towards her, because they see her, she's established, she has all her ducks in a row from what it looks like from the outside. But it's just like, why would you put yourself in a situation where you're dating somebody who has nothing to lose? So are you willing to lose being a key player in your businesses for somebody who's not a key player in their own life? Reflect on that. And Shandesh, like, you do not need a relationship, especially a relationship with a gender that you're not fully interested in, just to boost ratings and numbers. If you're talented and you're really good at what you're doing, you do not need the numbers to be pushed by controversy. they say all publicity is good publicity, but I do not think so, because now your name is tainted with allegedly being a cruel partner and somebody who philanders. So is that really something you want your name to be tied to? 10 years from now, when people search your name on social media, do you want your name to be associated with philandering and ill treatment towards your partner? Think about that, baby girl. So I feel like in terms of Barbie, also, I feel like maybe a bit of a rebrand, with all these relationships also being attached to her. She has had a couple of them since I've started following her. And then I look back, there's more. It's like, I love that she also posts about self-love, but I feel like she just needs to take a step back in terms of being front-facing about her personal life. Representation does matter, but you cannot mix that with your brand, if especially you're not in like this committed relationship, and it be front-facing. Because if it's front-facing and it's just you in these triangles, it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth as a consumer. You know, we find it hard then to separate the artist from the art, in a sense, you know. So I feel like she needs to just rebrand, take a step back in terms of relationships, because I am more than who I'm dating. I am more than who I lay down with. So I think she needs to go back to the drawing board. By she, I'm referring to Barbie. Barbie needs to go back to the drawing board and look at what is important to her. And from what I see, she's a family-orientated person, and she's business orientated. So I wish that she could keep it like that and stay like that, and she will progress from strength to strength, as she's already shown us that she has the capability to do. You know, we do not want to be seeing you as a front-facing brand and then seeing next page you in another love triangle. So I wish all parties involved the best, and I hope that this gets resolved in the most amicable way without lawyers getting involved. And this is just my think piece and my opinion piece. I do not know any of these people, especially involved in this situation personally, but I do hope that it gets resolved and we keep it pushing and people move on with their lives and are happy with the choices they make after this. Because at the end of the day, you are alone when you're in the bathroom thinking about your life. And if your life involves a whole lot of controversy and drama, I don't think at the end that is truly nice to experience. So I do hope that the ladies involved find a resolve and choose themselves at the end. So yeah, it's getting really, and this is not the end. I know for sure. Honeys are petty. This is not the end of this drama. But let's just hope that it simmers down. But because we like gossip, we are going to keep our ears to the ground. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your post notification on so you can be a part of the pop culture family and know every time we upload. Until next time, bye, pop stars. So tell me down below, if you were Mimi in this situation, would you have confessed your sins, or would you have lied and lied until you died? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss another juicy scoop of our gossip soup. Until next time, keep sipping on that tea and staying fabulous. Mwah! Bye, pop stars.